Hey, what's up there? So this is going to be a bit of an adult content warning. We're going to have some adult language here, some adult topics here. If you think you can handle that, keep going. If you think it's too much for you, too triggering with the R-E-E-E-E and things like that, then just stop the video now and move on. But recently, this was 29th of May, I think Rosanne Barr. Now, Rosanne Barr, she's an actress, comedian. She has a show. She's a Trump supporter. She's come out as a Trump supporter, and that's a very unique or endangered type of species. Not endangered, because they're coming out. Well, it's a very limited thing in Hollywood in the United States of America. So she had this successful TV show, I think, back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. And she had a revival of it, and she came out as a Trump supporter in her personal life, and the show itself has more of a conservative bent. Now, she tweeted this out. She's been very vocal about things, but she tweeted this out on May 29th, 2018. So, this was at Valerie Jarrett, and I'm going to put a picture of Valerie Jarrett on the screen right now. Check it out. Valerie Jarrett was an advisor to former President Barack Obama. So yeah, this is Valerie Jarrett on the screen right now. Then I'm going to read you guys the tweet of Rosanne Barr. It says, Valerie Jarrett looks like if the Muslim Brotherhood and the Planet of the Apes had a baby. So yeah, she tweeted this out, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? Even if you're just barely aware of what's happening in the United States of America, guess what happened? What do you think has happened? Very successful TV show on ABC. What do you think has happened since then? Yeah, she's been fired. And let me say, I have nothing against ABC for firing this person. It's a private company. I don't think anybody should have to hire anybody. You could fire somebody for whatever you want. If Rosanne just came in and she was wearing different glasses, you could cancel the show for that. If she decided, hey, I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to I'm going to lose weight and not be this middle America type stereotypical woman and things like that, you could fire her for that. I don't care. You can fire somebody for anything you want. But just the reaction of this, the reaction that goes with this. First comment here, Sean King, Talcum X, who is questionably a race, I don't know. Another picture of Sean King on the screen right now. This is Sean King. This is what Sean King had to say. He's involved with Black Lives Matter. He's one of the people who is one of those people I was talking about in the previous video I did about demanding good and expecting bad, depending on how you treat certain people. And I was talking about how there's minorities, like people who find minority issues, find small issues here and there, or take certain groups, and then they mine them for power. And Sean King is an excellent person at minoritizing, which is a word that I'm going to make up right now, about mining issues with minority issues. So yeah, this is what he says. How in the world does ABC and Disney justify this? Rosanne literally just said that Valerie Jarrett, who was a senior advisor to President Obama, is like the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes having a baby? This is the gross normalization of bigotry in America. So yeah, this is Sean King, and I'm pretty sure Sean King sounds like that. I have no confirmation of that, but you can send me some video if he doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised if he has like a Barry White bass or something, like some thinking put in. But anyway, that was my Sean White voice. Sean King. That was a Freudian slip. I don't know. Is that a Freudian slip? I don't know. Look at his picture. Sean White. So Sean King over there said that. First of all, right here, ABC and Disney justify this. No, again, no, they're a company. This is the whole idea, like, how does President Trump talk about, and we'll talk about Trump, because of course it's going to come up. Oh, how does he condone people doing this? No, this is just a company. You hire somebody, that's an individual. That individual has thoughts and actions and things like that. You're not responsible for that. Disney isn't like in his head, in Rosanne's head. I know you want to control people like that. You want to take minorities, M-Y, minorities, and then keep them as yours and control them and say you have to think this way. But no, normal people, individuals, that's not how they work. You hire somebody, they do things, you can fire them if you want, you can hire people who say things that you want. That's how it goes. So of course there was a lot of people coming out. Hey, Chelsea Clinton chimed in. See what Chelsea Clinton said. Good morning, Rosanne. My given middle name is Victoria. I imagine George Soros' nephews are lovely people. I'm just not married to one. I'm grateful for the important work at Open Society does in the world. Have a great day. I guess Roseanne Barr, because she said something about this is Chelsea Soros Clinton. Okay, so I didn't see these other ones, but Roseanne Barr's excuse that I saw was apparently she said she had sleeping pills, and she was, I guess she was sleep tweeting. I don't buy this excuse. Even if she was doing it, she should have known better. You tweet something like this out about Valerie Jarrett, about anything, that's something you know they're just waiting for a reason to cut that show. It was a very successful show. It might get picked up somewhere else, but I don't really care. As I said, she should have known better, so I don't really feel bad for Roseanne. She's still doing well off. She's not going to be like destitute on the streets. That show can get picked up somewhere else. She could probably self-pub. No, ABC probably owns the rights to that show, so maybe it can't get picked up. But anyway, so of course he's come out. He apologized for the whole Soros thing because she's getting, I think, into the whole like the whole not paranoia, or the whole conspiracy theory of George Soros doing things. Now, it's not even a conspiracy theory. George Soros is pretty open with the open society. He is open about the open society. There's no conspiracy about it. He has certain things he wants to do in the world, and he's putting those things out, and he's doing it. Like everybody else, I think, in your own reality tunnel, you want to affect things. You want to affect certain things in the whole reality tunnel. Now let's just jump around and see what else is here. This is what ABC said. Okay, this was at least a release from somebody with ABC, and everybody's just tweeting because that's how information comes out. You can follow me at Anuma Salis on Twitter. I don't know. I just can't find time to tweet. I should find, it seems to be where this news is happening. So look, this is what was released. This is Robert Iger from Channing Dungey. Dungy? Is it Dungy? Dungy. I think it's like Tony Dungy was like a football coach, and it was Dungy. This is like with Dungey. So is it Dungy or Dungy? I don't know. Anyway, this is the president of ABC Entertainment. This is a quote from him. Roseanne's Twitter statement is abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values, and we have decided to cancel her show. And then Robert Iger adds, there was one thing to do here, and that was the right thing to do. Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead. I mean, do this. But is it really true, like some people are saying, that millions have been traumatized by some people in Hollywood? And I'll leave you guys a link. Do I want to read these things? Patricia Arquette, another person who has been out in the social justice warrior type of tweet storm. Okay, there's like this black Twitter. Is there like warrior Twitter? Social Twitter, social, is that like, well, it's a social platform. Is this social SJ Twitter, SJT Twitter? So it's like, I don't know. Anyway, might think of something like that. If you guys can think of something, let me know below. So I am repulsed that Valerie Jarrett had a racist and bigoted joke, in quotation marks, made at her expense. And I'm sickened that any black or Muslim person has to keep hearing this sickness in 2018. Well, Valerie Jarrett, I think, was born, in Iran or something. There's a lot of Muslim people there. And, yeah, I don't know. We'll get back to this whole, like, ape thing in the end. That's where it's going to get a little more adult. I did say, so far it's been pretty tame, in my opinion. We're going to get to some adult things at the end here. So, first of all, what is this black or Muslim person has to keep this again? This is what I'm saying. The minorities. Patricia Arquette is. I'm going to put up this. Putting up a lot of things. I'm going to put up this image of what white women think they are like when they say something about minorities. Right there on the screen. See that? That is what Patricia Arquette is probably feeling like while tweeting this thing. No. You're not owning us. You're not owning, and not even us. Because what is this us thing? First of all, the us thing. If I'm speaking about this, when I say us here in Africa, there is more. If you look at it in the world, there are more Negro people than there are any definition of white people. Even if you go into the situation, and again, we're going to get into this with the Valerie Jarrett thing, about how these things keep reminding me about how sickening it's disturbing, and it's just under there, and I think it's getting to the point where people are going to start realizing this, how it gets to the point where people are talking about, what's this, the one drop rule, where if you have one drop of non-white, you are that thing. That's how they work, because Valerie Jarrett is black, that's a thing. she's been offended as a black person. Or I personally don't even think Valerie Jarrett on her own was offended. She's probably intelligent enough to know that this is going to score some political points, and if you asked her, she might say she was offended. But how am I supposed to know? How is Patricia Arquette supposed to know about people being offended by this? The millions of people. Yeah, there probably is at least 1 million people, at least 2 million people who would be offended by hearing this. Now, have 2 million people heard this tweet yet? I don't know, but whatever. So, but they say this thing, the one drop rule, and if you had a Venn diagram, and that's the thing, you have the Venn diagram, one circle here, people who believe in the one drop rule, and you had the Venn diagram here, one circle of the racist people in the world, and you put those things together, I think it would be pretty interesting to see. I think that Venn diagram would be pretty much a circle. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if Patricia Arquette is racist, but I'm pretty sure Patricia Arquette buys the whole one drop rule. I'm not saying she's racist. Again, I'm not saying Patricia Arquette and other people who think people with one drop are black are racist. But I am saying a lot of racist people do believe in the one drop rule. You hear? Do you disagree? I think that's something that you can just say. So yeah, of course, a lot of people came out here. Deborah Messing. Oh yeah, Wanda Sykes. She quit the show. She was on the show. I don't remember she was on the show, but she quit the show. And then there is a video of her doing stand-up. So when she's doing it stand-up, it's a joke. And I know there is a difference tweeting something in your personal life versus doing a stand-up show. But she was calling Donald J. Trump an orangutan because of his orange skin. Probably called him a Nazi. It's just a go-to thing that people say and things like that. But somebody pointed out, oh, you can call Donald Trump a Nazi and it's not racist because you're not calling him Nazi because like his parents were German. Anyway, so back to this. Oh, Zoe Saldana, why? Check this out. Posted this on the screen. This is kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen Avengers yet. Avengers Infinity War, that scene with Thanos, great movie by the way. That scene with Thanos, I did do a review for it because it's just like, no, I'm not doing a review right now. But that scene with Thanos and Zoe Saldana, there's something on the screen right now. Check it out. I thought that was pretty funny. Did you guys think that was funny? That was like really funny for that scene. But anyway, Zoe Saldana was the character of Gamora in that one, so she was in the scene. Here's what she says. Shame on you at The Real Rosanne and at ABC Network, and at Rosanne on ABC. Not a single apology can get me to respect your despicable racist character. End racism in mainstream media now. So, yeah, and again, as I said, the Venn diagram thing, like I'm saying, I'm not saying that they're racist, people go with the one-drop rule, but a lot of racists do use the one-drop rule. So it's kind of, I mean, sometimes you might mistake one for the other. Don Cheadle, again, also wrote in here, you can take at Rosanne on ABC out of racism, but you can't take the racism out of The Real Rosanne. So they're saying, yes, she is racist in herself, and this was dumb on her part. She definitely gave him the ammo for this. They've used it, and they're going to run with this. I'm not even surprised. Tom Arnold came out. Tom Arnold was on the show, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he had come back with this one. But ABC execs figured out a way to control me. They blocked me from promoting anything on ABC because I called out Roseanne Barr and her dangerous tweets. So I guess now he's feeling he's vindicated because I think he had called out Roseanne for being an abhorrent character, and now she's come out and proved that she's an abhorrent character, and now Tom Arnold is vindicated. Maybe he'll get a show now. Charlie Sheen is even out here. I didn't do a video talking about like the relationship with wealthy, powerful men or men that achieve a lot, and porn stars or females who use their body in a sexual sense. And this is something that I've said. I think men and women, males and females, we're a sexually dimorphic species, and we're different. I don't even expect us to be the same. I don't think equality outside of math is a fallacy. Like, it's not even something that's going to be achieved. But it gets to the point where men, the way we get status and achievement, and the way we are considered valuable is by gaining resources. And for females, then their cells are a resource. Their sexuality, their ability to reproduce, their ability to gestate and continue the human race, continue life, that is one of the most valuable things. There's pretty much nothing as valuable as that. So they get to that situation where a female who's using her sexuality in that way, displaying it, can go into like certain sexual fields, and then a male can go into certain like public fields. So anyway, I understand the kind of relation there, and that's just, I don't know if I need to make another video on that. I'll probably make another video on that, but I'm getting, the digressions do happen. I think I'm trying to keep one, but just Charlie Sheen, he came out. He had issues with cocaine, with strippers, prostitutes, porn stars. Was it all of those? All like those three things can be separate things. You can be one, and can you be a stripper and yeah, okay, you can definitely be a stripper and not a prostitute and not a porn star. You can be a porn star, but I think porn stars involve stripping, although you're not directly being paid for just stripping. You don't have to be a prostitute, most definitely. Even though you are getting paid to have sexual relations, it does not make you a prostitute. And then, of course, you can be a prostitute, and then you're technically doing something pornographic, but since you're not being filmed, you're not really a porn star, and you're also not really being paid to strip. I think a lot of situations with prostitutes, you pay them to kind of leave after. You know, this kind of thing they say, you pay them to leave. You don't really pay them for the action. It's kind of like to end the situation so you don't have the attachment. You don't have to have any actual of the things that I think make sexuality, make sex a lot more substantial, the connection. So in all three of those fields, I think if you just go to a strip club, you're not really engaging in that sense. With a stripper, there's not that, like if somebody you really like, you really care for, you have a close attention with, brushes her hand against your arm, it's going to be a lot more, I think, sexually enticing or attractive or more of a turn on than seeing somebody you don't really know about just stripping on the screen. Same with a prostitute, just holding the hands with somebody who you really care for is definitely a lot more of an experience than having a prostitute. And the last one goes to, of course, with the porn star thing. If somebody you're married to that you really care for, you got kids with, just like sends you a little like tease picture, like maybe just like smiling or winking or just showing a little bit of something somewhere, that can be a lot more enticing than actually watching an entire like porn. So that's the kind of thing I'm saying. So okay, so that got to the adult content, but right now I'm going to get into the actual terms with the title of this. Which was, you get to get to the language now, niggas and monkeys. So thanks for making it this far into this thing. But this one drop rule is one thing I was talking about. What are the kind of things you can actually talk about other races, about other people? This whole idea that when you talk about black people and you say, oh, you're an ape or something like this, it's a horrible, horrific thing. What is that all about? First of all, let's just allow that, yes, Valley Giant is black. Let's just put black people. So this is things that only black people can say. Here in Kenya, one thing people say is monkey. A monkey is like a nickname. Oh yeah, you're just a monkey, man. Quit being a monkey. This and this. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear the kids out there playing, but there's kids out there playing in the school. They probably call each other monkey a lot out there. I used to call my little nephew monkey. He's mixed race or whatever. He's not 100% black. Well, anyway, but I call him a monkey because he like monkeys around. And then also like, hey, we're the monkeys. We like monkeying around. If you remember that TV show, great show, kind of knockoff of the Beatles, I think. I don't know, which one came? No, it definitely had to have come after the Beatles, right? But anyway, so the Monkeys show, people monkey around and things like that, and people use that nickname here. So here, it's actually not even that accurate, because if you think about the ape thing, we are apes. We are human beings are apes. Now, how far is it going to go in our evolution for us to get to a situation where we actually break off and we are an entirely different species from apes? I don't think it's really that big of an issue to call somebody an ape. Remember that thing with LeBron James, where he was like pretending to, I think he was like a GQ cover or something. I'll put it up on the screen right now. So yeah, that cover, where he's holding this lady, this other athlete, I don't know her name right now. But anyway, people are freaking out. LeBron James chose to do that because LeBron James is a beast. Did you see the things he's doing in the actual playoffs right now? He's doing some amazing things. LeBron James is a beast. He's an animal. He's close to that thing. And people like that. I used to play American football. I used to be referred to as a beast in some sense. And it's not a negative thing. People call each other that thing. There's this, people right now in hip hop, savage. That's a regular thing people call each other. That's a savage. Oh, you're so savage right now. Oh, that was savage. Oh, that was such savagery. Oh, that was such a savage beat. Such a savage beat. It's a regular thing, but who can say this and who can't? Who decides who can say this and who can't? Now, monkey is actually less accurate than ape because we are actually apes. We're not monkeys. They're different things. I don't know if most people don't. I think a lot of people don't really know there's a difference between like an ape. Ape is like chimpanzees, orangutans, gorillas. I think bonobos are a form of chimp. I think baboons may be considered apes, and then humans. So I think that's like 6 or 5 of them. I don't know. There's something like that. That's the family of apes. So we are apes. To say something like an ape, yeah, okay. And look at the Planet of the Apes thing. And speaking about Planet of the Apes, and speaking about athletic beasts, there was an athletic, the Champions League. That's football, soccer, United States, not in Europe. Gareth Bale is a player for Real Madrid, and he had this amazing bicycle kick. And I remember seeing Gareth Bale when he was still playing for the Tottenham Hotspur in the UK, like years back, and just being like, wow, these are pictures of Gareth Bale on the screen right now. If there is one person in the world who looks like a monkey or ape, it's Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale is an ape-looking human being. Like, he's a missing link type looking person. Cro-Magnon human. But yeah, he's an amazing athlete. If you called him an ape, like, Google or check a Google, do an image search, Gareth Bale monkey or Gareth Bale ape, and see how many memes and how many images there are. I'll post some. I think I'll post some at the end of this video as well. It's just ridiculous how many of them they are of Gareth Bale looking like a straight monkey, because he does. It's not offensive in that sense. It's just an appearance thing. This person looks like this person. Now going back to the things that some people can say and some people can't. As I said, niggas are monkeys. Or niggas are not monkeys. I think that's what I'm going to call this. Niggas are not monkeys. Because we're apes. But who can call who a nigga? Now you get to the situation where you have the one drop rule, right? So you have a situation where, let's say, in the society, the reason black people and white people can't call, white people can't call black people niggas, it's only a black people thing, is because of how black people were treated in the United States of America. It was used to disparage them. Now, I was born in France, moved to Kenya, then moved to the States. Can I call someone nigga? Why should I be allowed to call somebody nigga? Were my ancestors put down in this whole slavery situation where you're saying that's when people were called nigger? Or is it just because I'm black? I just happen to be black, so I can all of a sudden just jump into that whole nigger thing and be like, yeah, nigga, nigga, nigga. Young Dicky song with Chris Brown, a really funny song also. Freaky Friday, Switch Places, and then Little Dicky, not Young Dicky. Little Dicky is this like rapper, producer, actor, comedian, and he has this song where he switches places with Chris Brown, and he wakes up and he's looking around. He's like, oh wow, I got a kid, and this is like, oh, I can say nigga. And he's like, what's up, my nigga? What's up, my nigga? And he says nigga, nigga, nigga a lot. So that's kind of the thing right there. So in that situation, as Little Dicky inside Chris Brown's body saying it was Chris Brown actually singing the song, so it's completely okay. Now if Lil Dicky's voice was doing a voiceover over Chris Brown's character saying that, people would probably be offended with that video, right? They'd say, how can Lil Dicky say this? This Jewish guy. He also calls himself a kike in that video. And we're gonna have a shirt. I told you I was going to post a kike shirt up. I posted a coon shirt up about the different things. The kike shirt's like Kanye ignites known expectations or something like that. So anyway, so Lil Dicky, as a Jewish person in that same video, he calls himself a kike. So that's the thing. Oh, he can call himself a kike because he's Jewish, but other people can't call him a kike. But okay, so if Lil Dicky was doing a voiceover and it was Chris Brown's actual body doing it, people would have been offended with it. But in that video, it's supposed to be Lil Dicky himself, his mind, saying it, but just because he's saying it out of a black person, it's okay. So let's say I was tweeting for, let's say Rosanne had a ghost Twitterer, or somebody was writing the tweets for them, and then it came out that this wasn't Rosanne who said this. It was just like, let's say I was ghost tweeting for Rosanne, and then it turns out I said it. Would people be like, oh, it's okay, he called, it wasn't racist because the person who tweeted that was black? Is that all of a sudden okay? Now, if you find out that Rosanne told me to say it, she said it to me, and then it's okay, then isn't that a situation where it's like, okay, now she said it, so she had to say it to me, so she was racist for saying it to me, even though I'm the one who tweeted it out. Now, you go even further. Let's say she just wrote it down, and then I actually posted it out and tweeted it on her thing. Is that still racist? Because if that's not racist, then why is Lil Dicky writing this song, giving it to Chris Brown? I don't know if they wrote it together. Let's say they wrote it together, or he wrote the lyrics. If he wrote the lyrics, gave it to Chris Brown, then Chris Brown rapped them or sang them. Is that racist? Is Lil Dicky racist? Riddle me that. No, I'm not going to say riddle me that. I actually said riddle me that. I'm not even going to cut that out. Sorry about that. So anyway, so this nigga thing, who can say nigga? Now you get to the situation where the one drop rule. So if you're black, you can say nigga, right? And if you're one drop, you're called a nigga. You are a nigga. So like, for instance, let's say someone famous. Let's just go right now. Former President Barack Obama is considered black. His mother is white. His grandparents are white. That whole side of his family is white. So it's a situation, if you're a nigga and you have kids and you call your kids little niggas, it's kind of okay. You can call each other niggas. There was that one skit. That one Dave Chappelle skit with a nigga family where it's like a white family that's actually called nigger and they're like going around like, there's a nigga family here. It's like a really funny skit. So you get to that situation where you have people saying, okay, I can say nigga. I can call my kids nigga. You get to the situation where it's like, you can call your parents nigga, right? Like, Barack Obama can come home if his dad wasn't a deadbeat dad or had like left or whatever kind of situation was there and got to the situation and then he can be like, yeah, what's up, my nigga? And that's okay. Now, can his mom say nigga? Can his mom call the kid nigga? Could his mom call Barack Obama nigga? And why not? Why is it okay for his dad to call him a nigga? Your black parent can call you a nigga, but your white parent can't call you a nigga. Does it make your white parent now racist if they called you the kid a nigga? If the kid called the parent a nigga and they're like, yeah, what's up, my nigga? Nothing's up, my nigga. And you say that, is that a racist situation? So this is the whole situation with this whole term. And I think I'm going to wind down this video now. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this thing. Like I said, I think this is ridiculous. The whole freak out for it, it's expected. I expected people to freak out about this. There's a lot more serious things going on in the world right now that people are worrying about this one tweet. I do understand there's a big culture war here too because Rosanne's show was actually scoring some points and this is how you move the needles. That's how people freaked out with the Kanye thing. People on the political left understand that that's been their field. That's been the field they've had a lot of dominance. They've had a lot of control in the social narratives and social mores and things like that. So when you have these little inroads, people coming in, people kind of get freaked out. Just in a similar way you see it with the NFL. The NFL has been more politically on the right. At least it's been more, I think, more conservative people watch that. So when you have some kind of inroads of people protesting and things like that and getting more like social justice type things in there, these are very minor things. The amount of players actually protesting the taking a knee thing is a really minor thing in my opinion. It's not that big of a deal. It's similar to this not that big of a deal like this tweet here, but people on the political right are freaking out because like, why are you entering our thing? Why are you invading our space? Similar thing I think happening with the Star Wars situation and things like, I know not Star Wars is different, separate video on that. But anyway, so yeah, that's it for this video. Excuse the sound. I'm going to try to improve the sound and the quality of some of these videos, get some more regular content coming out and things like that. But let me know what you guys think about this tweet. Let me know what you guys think about what I was talking about with the racism, who can say certain things, why the one drop and this other kind of things work together. And yeah, that's it for now. Like, share, and subscribe. Links below to a merchandise store. Follow me on Twitter. I shall maybe, possibly, kinda, sorta, probably not really, maybe start tweeting more. Let me know, do you guys tweet? If you're watching this, do you tweet? When's the last time you tweeted? Anyway, that's it. Silas, signing off. Goodbye. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. Here is a minute or so of Gareth Bale as a monkey images. Enjoy. Yeah, so I mentioned I was going to bring this up later, and here's some quotes while you're enjoying these images of Gareth Bale and his monkey self. This is racist. She is racist. There is no other way to put it. The president traffics in racism as well, and I have said that I believe he is a racist because he traffics in the same thing. Who do you think is saying this? This is about Rosanne's comments, of course, and this is more of this, saying that Rosanne was part of the normalization of conspiracy theories and everyday racism, and accused the millions of Americans who watch the show of buying into her racism, bigotry, and homophobia. I think it's like a gay character in the show, and I don't know, anyway, but yeah, whatever. So, coming on, this was of course from Don Lemon. So that if you watch the show, then you've bought into it and you believe it. Because these are the kind of people who it's like, if you watch something, if you just associate with something anyhow, you are automatically 100%, that's just what you believe through and through. You can't watch something and be like, yeah, I hear what you say, but I disagree. It's like, no, if something enters your head, it's what you believe. If it's something that, hey, I kind of find that entertaining, that's you believe every single thing about it, even the negative parts about it. So if you like any show, let's say you watch a oh wait, no, what's that show? Schindler's List. If you watch Schindler's List and you found it to be an entertaining show, you might be a Nazi because there's Nazis in that, there's Jews getting killed in that. If you found that as a good movie, something you'd suggest other people to watch, something that you'd watch again, sorry, you might be a racist. Goodbye.